Hi, I'm Katrina. At the moment, I'm in the UK, and I am actually Malaysian. Um, Actually, a mixed race. My mum is from the UK, my father is Malaysian, and I spent a lot of my time living in the UK. So it's funny that I end up back here again, considering the lockdown and everything, the global international lockdown that's happened, and it's brought me to the UK. And I thought I was seeing the end of the UK. So it's funny how fate happens, and then you end up back to where you were trying to cope with all the traumatic stuff.
Yeah.
so, what happened was when I left home, because I grew up in Malaysia, and I decided to go to the UK to my mum's home, although she's in Scotland, but I studied in England. And I did acting, I studied voice, dance. I was going into the whole kind of show business side of things. Nothing happened there, but it was an avenue of exploring.
Yeah,
And
very cool.
yeah, and then when I was studying music, because I'm a vocal teacher and also a singer, a jazz singer, I met my ex-husband, and he seemed nice and really, really supportive and really, really caring. And I had been in previous relationships where I didn't feel like as if there was much going on, and all of a sudden this guy comes into the picture and he shows me excess care, and it just felt like, okay. But at the time I was only 20, coming on to 20, so I was very young. And I was probably besotted by his love for me. And I'm not going to say his name or anything like that, but I didn't know he turned out to be the person that he was. And because to begin with, in front of me, he was really nice to everyone, and it was only when I got to know him in my own relationship with him did I meet Mr. Hyde, Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Is that right? Is it Jekyll? Jekyll's a good one, right? I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but I definitely know who you're talking about.
So yeah, Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So his character was very, very strong, and me being very young, he was about 13 years older than me, so he was able to you know be determined about what he feels is the right way to live, and he kind of like set the boundaries and rules, and so I went along with it because I thought, well, yeah, he's older than me, he knows better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, and I didn't realize at the same time as that was happening that I was being walked over, and I was made to feel like as if I meant nothing. And he had a daughter from a previous marriage because he had been married before, and she was lovely. We're still good friends now online, and we do yoga together, and well, we have done in the past. And she too has suffered from problems that being with him as having him as a dad has caused her. So it's very challenging. So we both often share these experiences and kind of like got our own club.
Yeah, that's nice. You
So
can support each other. Yes.
exactly. And it's like he's nice, he's very charismatic when you meet him and you think, oh, he's lovely, what's the problem, sort of thing. But only when you get to really know him, then he shows his true colors, and they're not very nice. And I've never been abused as in physically abused. It's all been emotional. I've been made to feel on my own birthday that I'm not that important. Like, I ended up going out myself and buying my own birthday cake, which is not something you should do.
Right.
I don't,
Right.
I don't mind doing that because I thought, oh, I'll get to share it with him. But no, it was me going out, and I ended up going out for a long walk, and it was winter and cold, and it was not a nice experience. And I remember feeling very upset, and then I got back, and then he kind of took over because I was feeling upset. He made me feel like as if my emotions didn't matter, and because his anger was so intense that me feeling sad, it's kind of like poo-pooing, it's not
Yeah.
important. So it made me feel like as if nothing I did was of any significance. I was just kind of like, yeah. But then when I tried to leave him a few times, and the first time I left him, it was like a scene from a romantic movie, you know, where you leave the guy and the guy chases after you, you know, but kind of creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got on the train and I was heading back to Malaysia, not on the train, but on the train to London from where I was living. You have to get a train. And I was planning on heading back to Malaysia to be with my family. And he managed to contact the conductor of the train. I don't know how he did that, but he found a
Wow.
way.
Wow. Determined.
I know. That is something he definitely is. The conductor, and I was playing back then we had these brick games, you know, and I was just like playing my brick game, just keeping to myself, and then this conductor comes up to me. He says, are you Katrina? And I said, yeah, but this train has got lots of other people, there may be other Katrinas, why me? And he says, oh, this guy named da 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 is looking for you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then the train pulls in the next station, which was Ipswich. And I said, he says to me, you better get off on this platform, because, you know, he'll be waiting for you. He wants to talk, he wants to resolve issues, blah, 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 you know. So
wow.
I thought, wow, that's amazing.
Your turns into therapist, huh?
That's what I said. It's like a romantic movie, you know, like they show these.
I can visualize it. You're a great storyteller.
Well, it really was like that. I thought, am I being filmed?
Right. Where's the camera?
Yeah, exactly. Like, why me? You know, it's very strange. So I turned up at the station, and then he was there, and then he got me in the car, and then we talked about things, and I was really convinced we were going to move forward, and he apologized, and it was all really, really lovely until 2 weeks later. And then all his personality came back again, and I thought, this is not changing, he's not changing, there's nothing about this that's going to help, you know, improve us and bring us forward. And basically that situation just multiplied and got worse and worse and worse. So the longer I was with him, the harder it was going to be. I'd been diagnosed later on, before I left him, with ADHD and autism. So that may have affected his issues with his temper and stuff like that. I'm sure it probably made it worse, but at the same time, I had lots of friends, and my brother's got autism, and they're not like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's a personality flaw, you know. So
right.
So for me, I started to develop my own mind, as I felt when I was alone with him for quite a long time, and I decided one of these days, I thought, you know, I'm going to start doing some yoga, because I really need to cultivate my own inner strength. And I didn't see it that way. I just thought I could do with some exercise, you know?
Yeah.
And
calming, peaceful exercise, right?
Every time he went out, it was peaceful, it was lovely. And then the issue was that he came back from work, and it's like, oh my God, now it's like stressful, you know. So I decided that when he's out, because I was still trying to get over the stress I would feel before he left, and when he left, I tried to find that calmness. And so I went online and I found various videos and stuff. This was pre-YouTube time, but there were other places like playlists and things I found. So I joined this session called Yoga Today, and it's actually in America. And so I found out about Kundalini Yoga, and I thought, okay, this sounds interesting. Energy work. I thought, okay, energy work, fine. I thought nothing of it. I just practiced. I made sure that I did Kundalini Yoga and Hatha Yoga combined together every day. When I did it for the first week, I was like, feeling quite good inside myself. It's like almost like he says stuff, it doesn't really matter. You know. So it was very, very powerful. And then the more I did it, the more into it I got. And at that time I was looking for a job, and I was doing little bits here and there, and started doing a bit of web design and stuff like that, trying to keep myself busy. I was trained to be a teacher, but there were no jobs going about as a primary school teacher. So I was looking and looking, getting very depressed, because, you know, it's just, the job market was just full of people wanting the same job as me.
Right.
So I decided to actually go back to Malaysia by this time he was kind of cut off from my family, because he cut himself off from my family because he was so rude and obnoxious, and they didn't have anything to do with him. And so it made me feel very awkward, because it's like being pulled both directions.
Yes.
So I decided I need to take some time out, and he was fine with that, because for him it meant that he didn't have to spend extra money. So if I was living with him, that means he would have to fund me, because I didn't have a job. So I took 3 months out, went back to Malaysia, and I got because I studied special needs, education needs. So when I did my degree, I did my special educational needs and autism, which is where I've got my in now. And
Wow.
yeah.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you. So again, relating to stress, so I helped out a lot of I did a lot of voluntary work when I was back in Malaysia, and that helped me get the job that I got to the UK, which was a simple teaching support job. It was well below me, because I'm a qualified teacher. I've got my working towards my MA and stuff, and
Right.
I wanted to, but at that time I thought, you know what, I just need a job. I just need to get out.
Yeah.
And meeting people at the college was amazing, because they became good friends, and I was able to see who I was married to through a different lens.
Yeah.
And then entering a new lifestyle, a new job, I felt like as if, and I was continuing with my Kundalini yoga and Hatha yoga every day, and I just felt much more like, yeah, this is me, and everything else is outside of me, and I can kind of separate that,
Yeah.
It was amazing that I didn't have to, like, when we actually did finally when I decided, like, that's it, enough is enough, because he got really controlling over, because the less attention I was spending on him, the more he was getting very needy and very, very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I was like, that's it, enough is enough. I've spent 14 years of my life with you, and this is how bad it's got, and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And that was it. I left, and I never looked back.
Wow. And now you're teaching yoga, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm teaching Kundalini yoga online, and I'm using methods that have helped me. And the stuff that I do involves chakra work. So we have this 7 chakras in our body, and the alignment all the way from the root chakra, which deals with our foundation personality, leading to the Sahasrara, which is the crown chakra. All of this is about clearing the blockages. And once they're clear, sometimes you might find some chakras are clearer than others, but it's about having the passages clear enough so that you can get the energy through. And when you find that there is like a sense of clarity there, it's amazing how alignment things come, like the universe brings events into alignment, the wishes that you wanted to have, because I used to be very overweight, and I kind of like tell myself every day that, I used to tell myself I'm going to look a certain way, but I drop those stories now, because I don't care. I don't want to,
that's so freeing.
Yeah, just like say, no, I'm not going to think about what society wants me to look. As long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm happy, and as long as I'm fit enough to do my yoga, that's all that matters. And when I started thinking that that's how I want to be, it all just dropped off. I can eat pizza, I can eat whatever I want to eat, and it's amazing, because I'm in tune, I'm in alignment.
Yeah.
So chakras are clear. And I feel like even with this lockdown, because we have been, my partner now, who I'm with, who's amazing, he's a musician. We met at college because he was my support in my class, but he became my best friend, and we got together, and it's the most amazing relationship I've ever had, and total opposite.
Yeah.
So to say that just because you come from a place where you attract certain people into your life, it doesn't mean that that's going to continuously happen. So I think for me personally, it was, for the change happened when I decided to like take care of my own subtle body, my own space, and look after that. And for me, that was a powerful thing. First of all, it started off with wanting to get fit and healthy and look good. But it was more deep down inside than that. Because the rest of it takes care of itself. Once you deal with your security issues or whatever it is inside, you know, and the subtle body and the energy and the chakras,
Yeah.
once they're sorted out, the rest of it takes care of itself. And we were stuck in India for 7 months during lockdown.
Wow.
And we're still not stopped traveling because I'm supposed to be back in Malaysia, but my
Okay.
can't come to Malaysia because he's British.
Got it.
And I'm mixed, so I'm partly British and partly Malaysian, so I can go to both
Okay.
countries.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
given that the lockdown happened, and you know, I should be in a crazy mental state right now because I had to close my yoga studio back in Malaysia.
Okay.
My business is on hold, but I'm just teaching what I can online.
But
And
you're doing it online. Yeah, I will definitely include a link. If you have one, let me know. I know I have the Facebook link, which I can include, but
yeah,
if there's a better one, let me know.
I will. I'll keep you up to date because at the moment I haven't worked on any websites or anything like that.
Okay. Okay.
Kind of build up an audience first.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
I don't know, post them on YouTube. There's so many things you can do online now, and then you're just getting people from all over the world. So it's so cool.
This is the beauty of being on lockdown, is opened up all that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're all like searching for connection, you know, so I'm just grateful I got connected to you. Thank you for sharing your story. I know we'll keep in touch. I just adore you. Like, I love having you on and just hearing your story, and it gives people hope. You know, so if anybody's out there that's in a relationship like that, I think it does. It starts with looking inside and taking care of you, because nobody else is going to do that for you except you.
Have to make that decision to do that, and then all else just falls into place. It's amazing.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you. I know you have a class to teach, so thank you so much for jumping on. And again, you guys, this is my Valuable Voices podcast with Miranda. If you know anybody else that, you know, has an awesome story, I just love to encourage and empower women, especially because that's who we are. But anyway, thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too. Take
Bye,
care.
Katrina. Take care.
Bye-bye.